Hello and welcome to Calm the Farm podcast, where pharmacy business meets legal wisdom, minus the headache. In each episode, we share practical legal tips and real-life examples to help you run your pharmacy with confidence. I'm your host, Sarah Stoddart. Thanks very much for joining us. Hello, thanks for tuning in again this week. As some of you may be aware, I've recently returned from a 5-week adventure through Japan with my young family. We had an absolute blast and it was exciting to expose the kids, my kids are quite young, to the culture of a completely different country and how things are done, particularly a country like Japan, which is so safe, clean, and their values are just incredible. Things like respect, patience, organisation, things that really resonate with me. Over the next few episodes, I thought I would share some of my observations and learnings from our trip in Japan from a business perspective. So today I'm kicking off with the first of those, and today's episode is all about nailing your expertise. One thing that really stood out to us in Japan was how many shops focus on one thing and one thing only. So, for example, you might go to a Tonkatsu restaurant, which is a pork cutlet restaurant, and all they serve is pork cutlets. So there's no appetizers, there's no alternative options if you don't want cutlets, it's pork cutlets or nothing. And even more so, they serve the pork cutlets with the same thing. All you actually have to decide is the size of your cutlet as well as the cut of your cutlet, so loin, etc., and also whether or not you want to drink with it because it tends to come as a set. The interesting thing is that they're not trying to be something other than what they are. So they have nailed, for example, the pork cutlet shop has nailed pork cutlets. There were shops that sold exclusively pancakes, shops that sold exclusively burgers, and also others, as you might be familiar with, like octopus balls, etc. And the other really interesting thing is that people queue for these items. So you might go to your Tonkatsu restaurant only to find that there might be a 30-minute wait. So it's very in and out in terms of getting your meal, but people are actually queuing for this one item. So this got me thinking about business in Australia and also my business, but also our clients' business. Now, of course, pharmacies can't just do one thing. There are a range of products that the pharmacy has to sell, be it front shop or back shop. However, you can think about what it is that you're known for. So what is your pork cutlet? Maybe it's that you have significant expertise in wound care. Maybe it's weight loss. Maybe it's diabetes. But there needs to be something that makes you stand out from the rest. Otherwise, you just become same and same as the chemist down the road. So this episode is all about thinking what it is that your expertise is, what are you really nailing, how are you going to market that, and how are you going to actually demonstrate it. So it's all very well to say that you do one thing, but do people actually know that? Because certainly with these kind of restaurants that we were experiencing in Japan, people come from miles just to go for this one thing. How do they know about that? Is it reviews? Is it word of mouth? What actually is it? So today your challenge, I suppose, is to think about what it is that you're doing in your business. How can you possibly pick one area to really nail, and how are you going to get that out to your market? I'd love to know what it is that you're going to nail, what's your pork cutlet, and I look forward to speaking to you again next week.